Thank you. Muchas gracias. It's such an honor to have this beautiful school named after me. So first, I want to thank the school district and everyone involved for making this school a reality, and especially for those who arranged my visit to be able to be here for the dedication. Special thank you and shout out to all the teachers and staff at this school. They're the ones who work day to day with the students to educate and inspire them, and they're so critical to our future. I'm also happy to see some musicians here today. When I was in sixth grade, I started playing the flute, and that's been a big part of my life ever since. Even today, I still play in a couple of community groups. My grandparents were born in Mexico in the 1870s, and I can only imagine the amazement and pride they would feel on knowing that their granddaughter grew up not only to travel in space, but to have their name and Hispanic heritage used to inspire future generations. Their decision to emigrate to the United States in order to provide a better future for their children gave my father the opportunity to attend a good college tuition-free, the U.S. Naval Academy, not that far from here, and to pursue a career in retailing. Both he and my mother believed strongly in the importance of education and the love of learning. While my mother didn't have the opportunity to attend college as a young woman, she always had a passion to learn. And my mother ended up taking college classes, one or two at a time, over 20 years at our local university. And she eventually earned a college degree 2 years after I had completed my own. She was able to do that while raising 5 children by herself after my parents divorced. And that's really a testament to her dedication, hard work, and interest in learning. And through that encouragement, all of my siblings and I also received college degrees, with several of us getting advanced degrees. And we now have had rewarding careers in fields that we enjoy, including law and music, in addition to science. In fact, 2 of my brothers work in education. One is a law professor, and one is an instructional media specialist supporting teachers in the San Diego public schools. In fact, he recently retired after 42 years there. In my case, after getting an excellent public school education, I was able to spend 10 years in college, getting 3 degrees, without paying any tuition, thanks to fellowships and the support of state schools at that time in California. It's probably no surprise that I married someone who is equally passionate about education. Some might even say my husband overdid it a little, spending 17 years in college, much of it while working full-time and earning a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in engineering, as well as a law degree. So you can see what an integral part education has played in my family. My hope for this school is that the entire community will work together to support its mission. Some of that, of course, is financial, but there are many other kinds of support. Parents can encourage their children to study hard and set goals for themselves, and also help provide a quiet time and place to study. Teachers can pass on their enthusiasm for learning to their students, always striving to find new and interesting ways to teach. And I hope teachers will take advantage of the many free educational resources that NASA provides. Community members can support education, as you clearly do, by recognizing outstanding teachers, staff, and students, demonstrating that education is a priority, and ensuring that all students are encouraged to get a good education and set high goals. I was lucky to spend my career in an organization that also set high goals for itself. The International Space Station, which I got to help build, has been continuously inhabited by astronauts for 24 years now, and has been visited by 280 people from 23 countries. NASA's Artemis program will send astronauts beyond low Earth orbit to land the first woman and astronaut of color on the moon, and eventually take astronauts to Mars. Think of all the ways you students could be involved in that adventure in the future. perhaps as an astronaut or an aerospace engineer designing a new generation of spacecraft, maybe as a scientist studying the South Lunar Pole to learn more about the moon's origins, or studying Martian soil for possible signs of previous life, or as an energy specialist developing new methods of powering spacecraft or habitats, or as a robotics engineer developing rovers or a means of manufacturing on the moon or Mars. I know when I first decided to apply to the astronaut program, it seemed an exciting dream, but one that was almost impossible. I thought that traveling in space was limited to a select few who must be very different than me. But I later came to realize that really what everyone in the astronaut corps shares in common is not their background, not their gender or their race or ethnicity, but motivation, perseverance, and desire. The desire to learn and participate in a voyage of discovery. In whatever direction your choices take you, I hope you will participate in your own voyage of discovery and understand what that can do for your future. And now, if Principal Doggett can come in, I would like to present your school with a display item from me and NASA that you can have at the school. So this is a collection of photographs from my very first mission into space, along with our crew patch. We were studying the Earth's atmosphere and trying to understand changes in our atmosphere that are both caused by natural effects like the sun and by human effects as well. So really good example of performing science in space that you can't do on Earth. And I hope this will inspire you and your students.